It is a delicious dish that hails from Spain and Portugal. Here to share her recipe for gazpacho, we welcome back to Afternoon Live professional caterer Alison Tucker. Always so good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Look at all these beautiful ingredients we have today.
You know, I'm doing sort of double duty today because it is almost full.
We're willing fall to happen, and it's not ready to arrive.
It's not really. It's like holding on, and I'm kind of holding on too.
Yeah.
But this is sort of a way I suddenly realized that there were tomatoes in the back of my garden that I hadn't used yet, that were a different flavor than the tomatoes I used midsummer.
There you go.
And they had a lot of stuff yet to give. And so I feel like we can sort of clear the season out with a beautiful, fantastic, super healthy cold soup.
Why not?
Why not?
Okay.
All right. So we have 3 tomatoes. This is actually, we're making a half recipe on the blog. You will see the whole recipe, which is 6 tomatoes, which makes a lot of soup.
Oh, okay.
And I have, in my garden, I have some beautiful full tomatoes.
Look how gorgeous those are.
Gorgeous?
That looks like a midsummer tomato.
I know.
It's amazing.
But at the end of the summer, you still get beautiful, big, ripe tomatoes.
Okay.
I also have these little tomatoes that are yellow tomatoes that are so sweet.
So good.
So delicious. So I'm going to pop some of those in here too. I also have, this is a half cucumber that I've peeled.
Okay.
If you want to make the full recipe, it would be a full cucumber. I'm going to just put those in here. This is like a really lazy soup to
Well, that
make.
was all the chopping right there, right?
That was it. You peel the cucumber, and that's pretty much
exhausting.
I'm so tired.
One cucumber to peel.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then you have a shallot and a couple of cloves of garlic.
Yum.
These are also from my garden.
Ooh.
Okay, so these are padron peppers. They are not super spicy.
Okay.
But they have a lot of heat that kind of comes slowly.
Ooh,
it's
simmering.
a really nice reveal of heat, but it's never like, ah!
Okay.
Heat should never dominate a gazpacho. That's not what it's about.
That wouldn't make a lot of sense.
It's not, yeah. So, so we're gonna put, I'll put 1 in right now.
Okay.
And we'll see how that goes. We also have 2 teaspoons. Now, this is something that I do that's a little less Spanish, a little more Mexican flavor, but it's what I prefer. I do a couple of teaspoons of lime, and this is mixed with a teaspoon of red wine vinegar. So this is your little acid package.
Nice.
Okay. And that's delicious.
Beautiful.
And then I like some cilantro.
I love cilantro.
See, thank you.
Good. Phew.
So
Glad we settled that.
I know. I was like,
it's
this
officially
could be tragedy. So now I'm gonna put the lid on this. We're gonna turn it down to a sort of low thing. I'm gonna smush it. You see, it immediately gets soupy. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it up a little. I'm gonna add some olive oil.
Okay. Not very much though, right?
If you do a full recipe, the full recipe that's on the blog, it's 1/3 of a cup of olive oil. And you do want to use a really nice olive oil because it's featured in the recipe.
In a recipe like this, it makes a big difference.
Yeah. And I never want to blend the olive oil too much because olive oil can take on a slightly bitter taste if it's processed a lot.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the television version where we're not going to run the blender for a long time. I have a little bit of salt. I have a teaspoon of Hungarian paprika because I love sweet paprika. I have a little bit of MSG, which just gives it a little bit of umami.
Oh, sure.
Some people are really freaked out about MSG. We've sort of moved through that.
Okay.
So MSG is your friend.
I'm all for umami.
And then you blend it. We got everything in there. As I said, in a normal situation, you would blend that maybe 30 more seconds.
Okay.
I mean, we're not going
Not a ton of time.
Not a ton of time, but you don't want to see, there are little green particles. That's from the peppers. you can blend this until that is really liquidated.
Okay.
And part of it. All right, I'm going to pour this in here. Before, so this is not as blended as just, you know.
But look at all that color in there.
Gorgeous. And you would want to, if you were making this for guests or something, you would want to blend it and then put it in the fridge for about 4 hours. And what happens is it morges. It becomes like you start to get all of the flavors. Dive in.
It smells so good.
Nice.
That little heat.
Little heat, but not overwhelming.
No.
Not the first thing that you taste.
And the cilantro is really nice.
Thank you.
It brightens everything up.
Thank you. I think so too.
Come on now.
Come on.
Well, 10 out of 10 for your tomatoes.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Those are amazing.
Thank you so much.
Great to see you.
It was wonderful.
Thanks for
As
another
always.
delicious dish. We'll see you again soon. We'll have this recipe and more on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.